and welcome back to the Shit Behind the Show, everyone. So this week we have been discussing that old saying, relationships are so hard. You hear it all the time. You hear it on social media, probably from your parents, grandparents, whatever. I remember hearing from my grandma, well, it just took a lot of forgiveness. There are things that in my book are unforgivable, but maybe in others it's okay and you can forgive. To each their own. I do feel like forgiveness is key in a lot of relationships, both romantic and friendship, and even professional relationships, right? There are moments in life where you have to give some grace both to yourself and to others because we are humans and we do make mistakes. Mistakes and choices are two different things, though. So it's up to you to differentiate. Let's just say that. Holy cow, I can word today. Between the two. When two people come together, they are essentially merging stories, life paths, and it's not just a mattering of like different opinions or values. It can run much deeper than that. It runs down to the core values, childhood wounds, and the way individuals view the world, their attachment styles, their astrological sign, holy cow, if you believe in that, all play a role in shaping a human, and then that plays a role in the relationship. This can lead to both positive and negative outcomes. For example, instinct chemistry, like I was discussing on the last episode, or attraction characterized by this magnetic and instructional, just beautiful connection, may be a result of something very dysfunctional manifesting inside and within the relationship. Again, because I discussed that it feels familiar. Toxicity can feel familiar, so you're instantly attracted to it. Hence the whole, I like bad boys. You like bad boys, honey, because you don't believe you're a good girl. Because somewhere inside of you, you believe that that's all you can have, and so that's all you're going to attract. So this could be driven by, again, abuse, past trauma, the need to fill a void within oneself, which I talked about, feeling very codependent, being codependent. On the other hand, a gradual attraction, which I discussed in the last episode, where someone becomes more attractive over time, is often seen as more substantial. Again, to each their own. I will say in my current, we have had to hit the reset button a couple times. Most of that, I think, was due to outside circumstances, outside voices and opinions that we let get in the middle of our relationship and what was going on. And we instantly, 1.0, had this amazing attraction, but I can't say I ever fully trusted him all the way. He was not ready for a relationship, and I was. And so while we had the connection and the attraction there was this force field between us that was just not quite connecting. And I really think it was because of the stages that we were in. And also, like I said, outside voices and opinions and forces, let them be. It is so important to let those people talk, keep them the hell out of your relationship. If you are going to your girlfriend and asking for advice and her first comment is get rid of the asshole instead of talk you through it, then she's probably not a very good friend. Just say it. If you're going to your buddies and they're like, oh, screw her, she's jealous, you can do better, blah, 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 here's this chick over here, you should just cheat, you should just hook up, whatever. I'm probably very much over exaggerating how men talk because I have no idea. But get rid of them. They're probably not a real friend. And I think that's a lot of what he and I discovered. He had a lot of female friends that were in his ear. I had a lot of female and male friends that were in mine. Oh, this happened in his past, she's like this in her past, when I think most of it wasn't even true at all, if not any of it, right? So it's super important to make sure you keep your relationship within the relationship. And that's with friendships too. If you have fallouts with your girlfriends, don't go blasting them to everyone else. So ultimately, the differing stories and wiring of individuals contribute to the complexity of the relationship. It requires a deep level of understanding, empathy, and acceptance. And it's also accepting they're different than you. My guy and I, again, I can even say this about girlfriends, but we think very differently in a lot of areas. I am this big dreamer who just feels like the sky's the limit. I can have anything I want in life. I dream big. And he is very logical. If it's not in front of you, if you can't see it, it doesn't exist. And I feel like that's where our opposites attract, right? There are a few areas in life where we just see things very differently, but there are also a lot of commonalities as well. I think the important things, we have a lot in common. But it's recognizing that each person brings their own unique background and perspective into the relationship, and you need to respect that. That can help foster a sense of compassion and open communication and laying the foundation for a wonderful connection. But again, that comes with respect. Love languages can play a part in this a lot, and I will discuss love languages next week. But another key idea that sheds light on why relationships are really hard is the role of love languages, which I discussed a little bit